Okay, I'm on stream starting. Ugh. Ugh, disgusting. Let me see why you can't hear. Maybe if I stop streaming this, share my screen, just go to Atama. Load up Atama. There we go. Tell me if you can hear that.
I hear something.
Okay, good.
I like this music so far.
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of Bob Vitz play it, but I because I rated him, but I was like, I don't want to watch too much.
Yeah, I wanna stay blind. I've stayed pretty blind.
Same.
Except I saw some cool fan art that's still be free tweeted, but that's about it. What is that thing that's just fan art? It's just on the last fan.
Hold on, this thing.
What is that?
It's Sex Haver.
What is that?
I'm gonna go link him to you. Okay, so here's the thing with Sex Haver.
Okay, I'm listening.
One of my friends and I, Alberio, and we had this weird thing where we were talking about like Quest for Camelot. Like, I don't know why that came up, but we were talking about like our nostalgia for it because ew, I guess, you know. And we wound up playing like the Game Boy Color game, which is horrible, by the way.
Yeah, I saw the weird dog that you were telling me about. You showed me that.
Yeah, the dog. I had to. The music was so bad. I had to switch it to like Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, at the very end because I felt sick. And so we played like the activity game that I had some nostalgia for.
Oh, so this was like you made him.
Yes, I made him, and I called him Sex Haver, and I got beautiful fan art of Sex Haver, and I was very delighted that someone would honor Sex Haver the way they did.
That's incredible. Also, sorry I took so long, guys. I was making hot chocolate, but then Anne called me while I was making hot chocolate, so I turned the steam wand off, and I think in the process of doing that, it got clogged.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Like, I was making it with like cornstarch, like really thick hot chocolate. And I was like, oh, what did I do to the steam wand? I just like after like 5-10 minutes, I just stuck a wire in there, and it just put all over my counter. So I fixed it.
Like,
now I have my hot chocolate. I'm happy.
So Nick is here talking through his cat Polly.
I am
channeling Polly's anger into words. I'm so happy. We 100%. Well, like, one of these days we're planning on doing like the Elden Ring co-op thing. I'm gonna edit Polly to have Vare's mask.
Oh my god, please. I've already seen some really cute like cat Vare fan art, and I want to just die because it's so freaking cute.
I don't think I'm gonna bother trying to get like Mohg's armor. I think I kind of like being bootleg Mohg instead.
Well, you get it eventually, right?
Yeah,
you only get it after.
But I mean, like, there's the mod to give him like the full look, to have like his mask and everything, and I'm like, I was actually kind of proud with the Mohg I made. So.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Votum says hello. Yes, everyone say hello to Nick. Hello. It's just
hi.
Verbally wave. Also, if I have to move, I will move. But I want to be right next to. I'm scooting over. I want to be right next to. So, hello. This is a game we've both been looking forward to. Slow Beef is someone we have followed for like a decade.
God, yeah, it's been definitely, at least for me, since like high school.
Yeah, like for me it was early college, where it's like I would just follow like early Let's Play history, I guess, and listen, you know what, actually I'm a little worried I'm gonna cover up too much of the screen on one side, so maybe I should move over. But I don't want to move over, but I'll walk over here. Because I'm like, oh, I like when a horror game like this, you know, there's some room. If it's something like Friday the 13th or whatever, I don't care if I'm covering up half the screen.
You're berserking. That walking over,
yes!
That was like the berserk, yeah. It was like the berserk walk.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back to chatting. I like doing, hold on, where it's me. I do this a lot where I'm just walking over. So, that's what being a VTuber is. It's just playing with dolls. But I
That's
guess,
definitely the appeal.
But I guess more respectable or something. I don't know. Anyway, are you ready? Because I'm ready.
I'm very ready.
Select game mode. So normal mode. The normal mode for most players. Some parts will be challenging and may take several tries, as well as planning and strategy to get through safely. Okay, I did watch a later part. Like when I hopped into Bob Viz's stream, there was a later part that did look like a little bit of a pain. So I will say, there's.
I mean, it says hardcore is for people that have played the game already, so I think normal totally makes
Yeah.
sense for our first playthrough.
Story mode, a difficulty for people that do not want a challenge and want a very casual experience. Most enemies in this mode will disappear and allow you to continue rather than causing a game over when they catch you. Some achievements are not available in this mode. Oh, and that's actually cool. Developer commentary in this mode. The environment is filled with audio nodes and images that give background on the development process for this game. Some achievements are not available in this mode. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was I was like reading that and I was like, that's a very, very cool way to do that.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to think. Do I want to do story? Let's do normal. We die like men.
Okay. And if we can always switch to story mode later on if it gets really annoying.
Yeah. Kaede, are you okay? Kaede, you're scaring Mom and I. Where are you? I'm fine, Tomoko. We thought you'd come home after finals. Where have you been?
I like this art a lot.
Oh yeah. I just wanted to have some time alone. We called the university. Your roommate said you were talking about going to Aunt Noriko's village. You didn't really go there, did you? I'll be fine, Tomoko. I'll be home tomorrow. It's just that... I've been having those hallucinations again. I just felt bad. The last letter Noriko sent me was very weird and urgent and has me worried. And she always writes us, and we never even see her. I thought I'd go there and surprise her. Seriously, there's not even regular trains that go there. They're like weird ones that have cargo, and you have to basically hitch a ride. That's why Mom never goes. I know Mom thinks Noriko is crazy, but when I was little, when you were a baby, Noriko was nice to me and talked to me about things I can see. I guess I panicked. It just felt like she always talked about the family curse, and it's stupid, but I wanted to talk to her, just see her. You don't really believe in family curses, do you?
Like Houseu vibes.
Yeah, 100% I'm thinking of Houseu. Is everything okay? And I know the heirloom Noriko mentioned probably isn't anything. Is there even cell phone service there? Will you even be able to get back?
Of course she's gonna be able to get back.
Yeah.
Why? Or she wouldn't go.
Kaede, are you there?
Right.
Are you on the train? Please answer.
Oh, jeez.
Kaede, Mom called the police. We don't know where you are.
Oh, this is like later.
Isn't your graduation ceremony next week? You didn't really go to the village, right? Did something happen at school? Mom told me to tell you to forget about Noriko and whatever she told you about the visions. Mom told me to tell you, please forget the heirloom and come home. Kaede, please. Please answer.
Jeez.
Please answer. Kaede? So I'm going in blind. I haven't even watched the trailers to this because I was like, ooh, something Forbidden Siren inspired. And like I did see Slow Beef's kind of like work in progress stuff. Like the models he was doing.
Yeah, Forbidden Siren meets that Floating Heads Junji Ito short story is like, I'm sold.
Oh yeah, like I saw some of it and I was like, that is 100% the vibe it is. hold on. I'm just wondering. Display tips. Oh, I do like that it actually does let you switch stuff. Okay, settings. I'm just wondering if it's okay being like, I'm surprised it's a little crunchy on my end.
Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of like frame dropping.
I don't know if
Maybe
it's intentional or
I would guess it's maybe interfering with the stream.
Kisagari Station update, April 14th, 2011. Attention. In response to the tsunami in Iwate Prefecture, the Minister of Railways has decided that routes to outlying areas will be temporarily reduced to twice weekly in order to repurpose trains for relocation efforts and disaster relief. Thank you for your understanding and sacrifice in these troubled times. The notice has faded with time. It seems like the station has been neglected for the past 8 years.
Isn't Kisaragi Station the station that apparently like is kind of out of reality and you can just sort of go there by accident?
I think so.
I think that's what it is.
Like there's that urban legend. Have you... What is the name of that channel? This was an extremely uncomfortable train ride, but at least I'm here. What is the name of that channel?
Oh, Kawabana.
Yeah, Kawabana. I love that channel. Where she'll go through internet creepypastas and everything in Japan, because no one ever talks about that stuff. And oh, a cute little car. Oh. You know, with all the red, I am thinking, like, as much as I don't like Siren Blood Curse, there is one thing I like about it, and it's kind of the weird, gross red aura to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, everything looks really gritty and unpleasant.
And also the lighting is scarier, I think, in Blood Curse. But maybe that's... there we go. Groundkeeper's note. I'm so sorry, I lost my spare key. I must have dropped it somewhere around the other side of the main gate. I promised to replace the locks to make sure no one can get in as soon as I can. There's a padlock that needs a key. Oh yeah, something else. From what I saw of this game, the soundtrack, very, very good. I love an atmospheric soundtrack.
It sounds really good already.
Just love it.
I like the simple art direction they decided to go with, because there is like bump mapping, but it's all very like, it's not overdone.
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be. Or bump mapping. It's probably normal mapping. I don't know why I said bump mapping. No one uses bump mapping anymore.
I don't drink anymore. But what if it's Asahi Super Dry, the silver one? Dun. You've watched Kimagure, right? It's empty.
It sounds familiar.
He does these videos where he prepares a lot of fish
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
I can't believe people are
I know who that is.
But whenever he's done cooking whatever he makes, it's always the silver one, Asahi Super Dry. And he just drinks it and then goes, I love that channel. Just because everything he makes is kind of like, oh, I didn't know you could prepare that, or like, oh, that looks kind of interesting. And then there's some stuff where I'm like, nope. I think there was one where it was like some fisherman accidentally caught a shark. I almost said shark in French.
What's this?
Requin.
Oh.
I don't know why I almost said it in French. Like, there's no reason. But, like, I guess they had accidentally caught that, and it's like, well, okay, it's dead. Do you want to, like, eat it? You know, they're kind of like, you know, it's normally not something. He tries it, he deep fries it, and he was like, oh, this is actually, And so he's like, hold on, and he goes and gets mayo, and he covers it in mayo, and he's like, you know what, it's way better with mayo.
I've heard, like, and maybe this is, like, a stereotype, maybe it's not true, but I've heard that, like, Japan mayo is just, like, a really popular condiment, and they use a lot of it on everything.
No, like, when I was getting, like, onigiri and everything, there were a lot of them that also just had mayo. Like, one of them that was so good, actually, was, like, onigiri with shrimp and mayo in it. That was, something I ate a lot of.
I get, the Kewpie mayonnaise, and
Yes.
it's nice. You know what it is? You can use a lot of it because it's kind of mild.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it reminds me a bit of Dijon mayo, which I cannot find here.
Huh?
I just have to go out of my way to get Kewpie mayo. I have to go like to
Is
my college town.
is Dijon mayo like a kind of French only thing, or?
Yeah, but I could get it a lot in Riyadh. It's just kind of
Huh.
it's a little tangier of a mayo. So imagine like Kewpie, but with a little bit of that Dijon aftertaste.
That sounds really good,
I
honestly.
I used to have that with like those imitation crab sticks, like imitation crab meat as like a snack. It was so good. Packet of UFO flyers. Oh my gosh, is there a UFO ending? Please.
I I love I love this kind of stuff.
Yes. Strange sightings have been seen in the skies above Kisagari. They float overhead, way up in the sky. They are often found hiding behind clouds and appearing at dusk. But what are they? Well, everyone has their theories. Government drones, foreign invaders, or the more superstitious believe them to be vengeful spirits. However, you, dear reader, and I know the truth. They're out there. Please, if you have any information and an open mind, please contact me.
Kind of sounds desperate.
I just need friends. I will say, the UFO...
Ooh, what was that? Was that you stepping on a piece of wood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the... Perfectly good sofa right here.
I played about like 2 hours or so, or 2.5, 2 or 3 hours of scoring today. By the way, I really like it. It's really good.
I really liked it. It's just, I'm kind of thinking, like, I'm hoping someone makes a mod to get rid of, like, the health item. Because I was actually really enjoying it. I get people's complaints. I don't like using the gun.
I haven't gotten up to. The part that I stopped at was I just finished like the big desert area, and I was in that next area where there are clearly things that are probably going to attack me.
Yeah, like, you kind of got the corrosive stuff on you, right?
I don't think that happened to me yet. I think I'm still pretty early. I think I'm just in the purple. I was in the purple desert area.
Okay.
And then you go sort of into that big structure. You walk for a while and you go into that big structure, and there's like these weird gecko people crawling around. That's the part that I stopped.
Okay, yeah, that's where I was. Like, you haven't gotten the health item yet.
No.
Yeah, so that's where that was, and I was like,
does anyone? I'm not going to talk about it anymore because it just came out. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's going to play it. I was going to say I for the most part haven't had trouble at all with like any of the game's internal logic except for one specific part, but I don't want to go too into it because I don't want to accidentally spoil anything.
I mean, it's really early on, but for me, I like that it's a game entirely about a man going, yeah, I'll shove my hand in there.
I'm still pretty sad about well, not like
his
sad.
design.
That's a strong like feeling. But I really loved the original design that was in the trailer, and I feel like why'd they change it? I feel like it's a downgrade. I feel like the original design was so strong.
The one that they have now feels a little too generically like what I would think of for a Giger type thing. The early one where it was almost like kind of a flesh spacesuit was like disgusting, and I loved it, like that membrane over the face.
Yeah, I liked how you could still emote very clearly through it.
Oh yeah.
He was like shitting bricks. He was so scared.
By the way, did you kill the egg baby or did you save it?
You could save the egg baby?
Yes!
No.
I had him following me around. I adopted him. I was like, yo, I'm going to teach him to like play sports and act.
Unless I'm thinking of a different egg baby. I thought you had to... I'll ask you about this, Austrian, because
okay.
I don't want to spoil anything. I'm going to ask you on Discord.
Because there are a lot of people who are like, wait, you can save this character? And I'm like, oh, I actually like looked around and I was like, oh no, this thing has a pit. I don't trust like that. Do you like shelling your child or... Factory condemnation notice. Condemned. Unit for human occupancy. Use of occupation of this building is dangerous and unlawful. Trespassers will be prosecuted to full extent of the law. April 5th, 2011. But yeah, again, like I said, if someone ever mods the game, I'm used my head, I'm getting another vision. Normal. Yeah. Use your abilities. Right click to see through their eyes to help avoid them. Use left click or scroll to cycle through. Ooh!
Ooh, we got some frickin', you know.
Shibito!
What was the game? It was sight jacket. We got some sight
Yeah!
jacking. Sight jacking going on.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm pumped. And this music is great.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of where I am in comparison to...
Wait, sight jack them one more time. It looks like they're definitely, like, well, it looks like they're behind those big, those are like the biggest landmarks, like those two big, like, water towers or whatever the heck those are. You know what I mean?
Head! They're looking at each other. Kiss. I mean, that happens in the hanging balloons.
That's true.
I love the effect of just seeing. So they're gonna all be, like, on that side. Okay. What about this?
Yes. I am curious as to what they... I am curious as to what happens when they catch you. I'm interested. That'll be interesting.
Oh, I've seen... They make a weird face, by the way.
I'm excited.
Like, are you familiar with Kridoff's work?
Probably. It sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Because I got the Kridoff vibes. Drunkards note. They think they know me. That I'll just lie here and let them take it all. It's mine. It's all I have left. If they're gonna take my livelihood, then I'll take everything from the factory. I deserve to have it anyway, and I won't let it go. Just you watch. The way they look at me, all puffed up, heads swollen on their own, self-importance. Just you wait. Stuck closed. I can't open it. What? No, not like Dead by Daylight. Debbie's Delight. By the way...
Oh, Ironics. Uh-oh, does that mean it's getting closer?
Oh, Ironics.
Or is that just part of the music?
I think it might be getting close. Isn't this the game that Bob got a bit salty about because they patched out the way to brute force this section? Yeah, I know he was a little salty about that, but I don't know why. Like, I genuinely, I did not play the demo or anything. I'm going into this blind other than...
Uh-oh. Ooh, I see it.
Oh, get away.
That's awesome.
Ah! Yuck! Gross!
Hide somewhere.
Oh, that's disgusting. Oh!
Ah, it got you.
That was disgusting.
They move pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this really is, at least to me, very reminiscent of a lot of, like, Japanese indie horror games I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
They like big heads a lot. I guess maybe that's like a yokai just by itself or like a trope.
Remember that one about, like, the giant face that just kind of comes at you?
Dude, what was that? It wasn't Aooni.
No, not Aooni. This one was actually in 3D, and it was like a Suicide Forest related one.
I'm so sorry. I'm like so from soft brained right now that those pile of papers looked like a summon sign to me. From far
Oh my goodness.
From far away.
Yo, Patches, help me out here.
Patches would just like leave.
I still need to do my Patches run where I have people summon me and then...
We should do a Patches and Maldron the Assassin run. I want to be that guy. I love Maldron the Assassin.
Please.
He is... I wish they did more character... That, like, say what you like about Dark Souls 2. The fact that you have this NPC invader that can do, like, 10 different things. Oh, I see it. Do they have, like, routines that you can kind of learn? They learn and then you can just sort of hide from them?
I like how I'm about to point at the screen, like, you can see where I'm pointing, but I'm like, okay, I'm over that way. Does this one ever turn around? Yes.
Sound design in this game is very good. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. I don't know. Why would you get upset about them patching out a way to brute force something? I mean, if that wasn't the intent, then it makes sense that they patched it out.
I will say, from like one bit I saw, I was like, okay, I 100% understand Bob getting really salty at one part. It was a pain, like, going through.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to think, where am I by comparison?
I want to know what they're saying in that. I hear them saying, like, words, but I don't know what words they are saying. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
I think they're saying, like, time to die or something. I don't know. I'm definitely going to have to play this myself or stream it myself.
Yeah, I don't know how long, how much... I'm gonna move my screen a little bit. Because I feel like I'm looking over to the left a little too much. Okay, that's where that one is. Let me just get the patrol.
I like they're just, it's just decapitated heads, like there's a clean cut.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I was gonna do it, I would make their... Ooh! I just saw like the shadow of it and got like freaked out.
Yeah.
I think if I was gonna do it, I think I would do like a kind of just like this neck was like all shriveled and stuff. But I guess that's too close to the Junji Ito
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, so he's gonna go back around. As long as I get this patrol down. Okay. Because that is another part of, if you've never played Forbidden Siren, that's a big part of it. Garbage.
Garbage man.
I'm the trash man.
Oh yeah, the trash man.
Garbage. Throw it all around the ring. Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's gross. I don't like that. I don't trust like that. Okay, so that's back at the start. I'm dead, just trust me in the trash. I respect everyone too much to do that. Oh, I'm actually scared of that thing. I don't know what its new route is going to be. Is it going to go through doors? Okay, no. It's... Actually, wait. So there's that one. That's the one that's back there.
I think it's definitely appeals as an easier Siren because Siren is really hard.
Okay, I was showing Vodum like the first bit of Siren, and it's like...
Even just the beginning is very difficult for me.
Yeah, I was like...
Let alone try to get all the stuff. Super Great Friend must have played that game over and over and over again to be able to play it as competently. And he still had trouble with some parts.
Because some parts are super, like, trial and error. Like, there's just no way... But there's... Okay, chat for context. It's a game where there's stuff like, hey, you have to find an item to help you later. How do you find this item? You tell a character who's with you to hide in a very specific area.
With no indication that area is special.
With no indication.
Or even or sometimes not even an indication that you can hide there.
Yes. Okay, you know what? I think I can actually move myself over to you. I was like, I'm worried I'm covering up too much. Whoops. I don't want to move you. I want to move me. Because I'm sitting here like... I'm looking over too much in a way that I don't... It's bugging me. It's bugging me. So I'm just... Let's hang out here, okay?
Yeah, let's like cozy up in the corner.
Let's cozy up to this spooky game. Hold on. Let me move. I'm gonna make myself a little smaller. Because this... Yeah. Yeah, with a big...
Oh my god, Polly is giant now.
Polly is massive.
It's her dream come true.
Unless I make her smaller. Haha. There we go. Finally, she's tall. There we go. But yeah, like there's that bit. And yeah, you were saying the third mission in Siren is an escort quest. 100%. There are so many escort quests in that game. But, you know, it does have a really hot character in it, Tamon
I
Takeuchi.
knew you were gonna say Tamon.
I just, you know, I like a man like Tamon Takeuchi.
He's so mean, but I like him too.
Look, nobody's nerfed.
He's a mean bitch.
Oh, if Kaede gets a vision, it means she has gained a new list of eyes to gaze through. That's cool. Is
Ooh,
that
don't like that.
Is that head gonna be able to go through there?
Did Sophie record his like baby for this? I'm
oh
just
my
kidding.
gosh, I hope so.
The perfect way to immortalize your child in a game. That would be really cute if he actually did that. But I don't know if the timeline adds up because I don't know how long he was working on this.
Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, so these heads are kind of just... Okay, so what's your path? Okay, you keep looking at that door. Yeah, and I can't crouch. So again, let me... Okay, so that head is right over there.
That's a creepy one. That baby one.
Okay, please tell me it doesn't see me right here.
I think the music changes if it does see you, so I think you're good. Because last time something saw you and was chasing you, it was pretty immediately apparent.
Yeah. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to go in here. Crumpled letter to blacksmith from carpenter, Daichi. I understand that you're still in mourning. If it had been my child, I don't know what I'd do, but this is a matter of business. The axe you made me took a notch in a notch the first time I used it, and I need lumber. Mayo-sama is demanding the roofs be fixed by the end of the month, and I am only halfway through building the scaffolding. I left the axe in the woodshed next to your workshop. Please, at your earliest convenience, Jiro. I need to scratch my head real quick. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that one. I think I'm good with that one. Yeah, I'm good. Oh, I saw the head over there. You check journal entries. You have found previously for pressing J. No, by bed, I swear. The small jingle from the bell next door drives me insane. Every night, whenever the wind blows, it chimes incessantly and I can't sleep. No matter how I cover my ears, it feels like it is so deafeningly loud. Oh, there's something over there too. Blacksmith's response. You never even had children, you gosh darn outsider. What would you know? To hell with you and to hell with your axe. I've sharpened it now, and if you really want it back, just show your face to me and I will show you how sharp it is. Yo. Jiro's journal, May 22nd, 2019. There's something wrong with this place, just something off about the way everyone acts here. I know beggars can't be choosers, but everyone here just freaks me the hell out. I'm supposed to be fixing the roofs for Mayo-sama, but if I confront Daichi about my axe again, I think he really might kill me. I'm boarding up the hole in this shack for my own safety. I'll stick to my tent and my space and do the best I can for Mayo-sama and just forget about everyone else. The right tool, I could probably destroy these planks. What about with my Hulk strength? But yeah, game real cool so far, I gotta say. I think they really captured the whole Forbidden Siren aesthetic without 100% copying it. Or as Q Hayashida wrote it, agaga. Like Popeye. Uh-huh. Just every time I hear that, uh-huh. Doors are locked, but I can see that the fuel gauge is extremely low. I don't think I checked any of these out. Oh, the head. Oh, the head. At least it stays that way, like over there. Oops, how was the eye game? I mean, good so far. The eyeball game. Okay,
Sorry, I'm not much help. I think it's hard to like conceptualize.
Oh no,
what to do.
I just
through watching someone else do it.
I just want to hang out.
I am so here for the ride.
Yes. I'm just sorry if it's like too crusty, like the.
Oh no, I don't think there's like barely. I've seen like when you've been reading out the notes, it pops up right on the screen as well. Okay. So there's like no delay or anything, and I don't get bothered by frame rate. I don't understand people who get really, really bothered by frame rate personally.
I'm just gonna go back. Okay, so that guy's coming over. Hey, you turn around, idiot. Stupid. Dumb.
Have you streamed the PSX Bloodborne on stream
yet? No, I have not. Not yet.
You should do that. You should put that in your backlog.
Yes. I'm actually trying to think of what I could stream while I'm visiting you, because I'm gonna be, if I visit, I'm probably gonna have my laptop, and my laptop is 6 years old, and it's always been a little crusty. So just wondering if there's anything else that I can. Sorry, chat, I am going back to everything, but I want to make sure that I did not miss any tools. Because apparently I cannot break things with my fists. Kaede is too weak for that. I know I should play oh, wait. Ominous warning, the train has not come in weeks. Keep your head down and stay hidden. If they see you, you're already dead. If you can reach the train tunnel past the bamboo forest on the far side of town, we might be okay. I think that might be our only way out of here.
Oh, hey, plastic. Hopefully everyone else got out.
Or did they become a giant head?
That's true.
Hello, plastic. What's up, gamers? We're looking at a cool game. Made by cool people. Maybe I'm biased because I've been a fan for years, but.
Oh, I like those cicada sounds coming out now.
Oh yeah. Love cool games by cool people. Yeah. I'm just sitting here like, did I miss something? Most likely.
Well, usually in Siren, the things that you have to get are like in an area that it wouldn't make sense usually to go through because it's dangerous, but that's where they are.
Yeah. I don't know if Slowbeef would be that mean, though. Turn around, please. Why do they make such yuck sounds, by the way? Oh, I wasn't even close, so I'm gonna have to wait for it to go back around anyway. Blech. Whatever. My back wouldn't last one night sleeping on this.
Oh my god, yeah, it's just like cinder blocks.
Oh, does this use the
say,
sidejacking mechanic
yes.
from Siren? Yes, it is. They heavily advertise that that's what it's inspired by. Which is a big reason why I was like, oh yeah, I gotta play this when it comes out. It's Forbidden Siren meets the hanging balloons.
That had balloon heads from Jinjito.
Yep. Dragons know they think. Yeah, like I already read that one. A mouse trap. Oh no, wait. I was like, oh, a little hole for a mouse. No. Can I? No? Oh, okay. I'm just like looking around like, Yes, yeah. Should have enough time to run out there and check stuff. With my luck, it's gonna be right under her head. Like,
yeah.
oh, you can see me right down there.
At least they seem to have like a range.
Except the strangely large coin with the number 2 on it. Achievement unlocked, a strange coin.
Nice. It sounded like it was right nearby.
Oh!
Oh! Shit. Get away, get away. Good thing it wasn't looking at you.
Ah!
Oh! It's trying to get in.
Where you at? Oh, I think it's going back to its,
Okay, good. Oh my god.
Genuinely concerning? The spheres. Sorry if this is really slow, but I'm also like, I just want to take everything in, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly.
Those sounds are horrifying. Oh, you missed the other sound. I should go look for it again, actually. I'm gonna have to be back in that area. The good sound that one of the things was making.
Chair. Just a lone chair.
There's stuff that I have not checked over here. Addict's leather. Trains haven't come for a week now, and my gut is empty. I'm starting to get really sick. Withdrawals are worse than they say. My head is spinning. I can't keep any food down. Hallucinations are starting. I swear, the other day I saw this lady's head just pop off and start floating away. I need help. You gotta help me. You gotta help me, Doc.
I like how he just so nonchalantly dropped that. Like, yeah, the other day I saw this person's head pop off. It was a crazy hallucination. Like, I would be a little more concerned.
Nah, it's all good. I like the weird gulping sound.
Yeah.
Swallow.wav. Yeah, I'm gonna run back into this little spot right here. Oh! Is there anything here that... Sorry, I'm so quiet too. I'm just...
I get to that big gate, right? Or
Yeah.
is there something else? Okay. And
I had already opened it, but I'm just sitting here trying to find a tool.
oh,
Sorry if I'm being really stupid and I'm not finding anything, but...
Polly.
Polly Pocket, prettiest little lady in the world.
She is a pretty lady.
I love the channel Spoonful of Ragdolls because it just looks like a bunch of Pollys.
It really does.
But they're all like tall and really surly, but that's also how she is, so you know.
Ragdolls are surly? No way.
No excuse, because Polly's a snowshoe. That was still so gross having that thing like greet you right at the... Oh wait. Yeah, I'm not gonna go by until that thing leaves me. What do you hate more, Shibito or Yamibito?
Said who do I hate more?
Yeah, just on a like visceral level.
I mean, it's gotta be the Yamibito because the Shibito are just like, I mean,
Bugs.
they do mutate more, but they don't ever get to the kind of uncanny point. I think.
Yeah.
I think they pass that uncanny point, but the Yamibito do not pass that uncanny point. They sit very firmly in that uncanny point.
Letter to Kaede. I had a vision you came to our terrible town. I am so sorry. The Ascended are coming, and I fear for you. I hope I get a chance to meet you at the train station, but I don't know how much time is left. I was never able to have children of my own, and sometimes I think I'd have made a terrible mother, but I always loved seeing you when I visited. The family heirloom is here in town. I've left it for you in the shrine. I know you secretly think I am a crazy old woman too used to the old ways. Your parents made that no secret, but you were always kind to me. If you have the heirloom, it might protect you. The train won't come, and maybe there is still a way out. I love you always, Aunt Nariko.
Oh.
Oh yeah, plastic, here's the sound. Oh, duh! The axe is right there. I'm stupid.
Oh. It was a little well hidden.
I know, but... NK ding dong moments. Not using the game as it is intended. Okay, good that it loads me back here. What am I
Yeah.
supposed to do for
It's
this
it's
baby?
it's a forgiving checkpoint. Oh, she really wants attention, this cat. She's like rubbing her head against my foot.
She is a foot fiend.
She is a foot fiend.
Okay, padlock key, coin 2. The coin looks like it has a symbol for well on it, but you realize it's not quite right. Maybe it's ancient. Could I throw it in the well? Honestly, I'm shocked that more games don't do site-jacking stuff.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, Polly. Oh, you're trying to get up on my lap. Okay. Alright, you want to be on my lap. Sometimes when she does that, she climbs up my legs with her claws, and it's a little painful.
With her sharp little claws. Yeah.
But she is on my lap now. I'm giving her some cuddles. She wants to hang out on my lap. That's what Polly would sound like if she was a person.
I think she'd just be silent, though. She doesn't meow ever.
She actually she will meow at, if there's like a moth in the room.
Annoyance. She meows in annoyance.
Yeah, she meows at annoyances.
Oh, I hate that. It's bad.
My favorite thing, one of my favorite things about her is she loves getting scratched behind the ears, and sometimes if I get a good spot, she'll like start doing that little feet kicky thing. So cute. It's so cute.
Ah!
Ah!
It's so fast!
Well, it is a baby. It's like
Babies aren't that fast!
maybe because it's like the younger one. I don't know.
I'm wondering, can I throw coin? Bobbin. Sorry, chat, if I'm really stupid. You look away for 1 second, babies are halfway to the nearest busy road, it's unnerving. I mean, true. I do like when babies learn that they can, like, move, and they're like, yo. I have no masters.
Remember that baby in This House Has People in It? That one was booking it. That was a fast baby.
I love that
it was
baby.
Like, I rewatched like that whole. Well, I didn't even know this until recently, but there was like an entire compilation of the entire kind of story in chronological order, like including the stuff from the website.
Yeah.
And with someone like reading out the transcripts, which is great because I'm lazy and I'm usually doing work when I'm listening to things, so I don't want to have to read them out myself. And yeah, that was the only shitty thing is that after I watched that, I kept getting.
I found it.
Oh, smart. I kept getting like thumbnails of that awful pink thing, and it kept freaking me out at like late at night.
Is it gonna move? There we go. I'm sorry that took me so long. I'm so sorry, chat. Jiro's Journal, May 23rd, 2019. I can't take this anymore. Why did I ever come here? I tried to board a train and get out. But there was not a single person at the station, and yet I still feel like something was looking at me. I've never felt anything like it. Piercing. What the hell is going on? I feel like I can't even leave, like I'm in a prison with all of these monstrous people. I have to talk to Mayo-sama. He is a good and benevolent man. I know he can make things better for me. But the residential district is blocked off from us. I will have to use my ladders to sneak in. Aha.
Oh.
Oh. Ladder. Aha. It's just, I didn't notice the bell at first. until I looked through a little corner there, and I feel stupid that I didn't notice it right away. That or the axe. Oh! That's where the sleepy person is. Timeline of Kisaragi. 1883. As part of the Meiji government's efforts to spread Shinto, Kisaragi Shrine is constructed and a humble town forms around it. 1938. Ongoing efforts to expand the railways lead to the creation of Kisaragi Station. 1939 to 69. Nice. The railways lead to various industries coming to Kisaragi and opening factories as well as a mine. 1970, young entrepreneur Mayo moves to town and makes plans to create a large manor right in the middle of town. 1979, Mayo Manor is finished and becomes a tourist attraction. 2005, Mayo purchases additional land including the mine, which was shut down in 1998. 2011, the earthquake and tsunami lead to substantial damage to the railways and result in resources being diverted to other places. The town population plummets to less than 1,000 as the factories close and those with the means get out. 2011 to 2015, many that remain in the town live in destitution and the factory district becomes a shanty town. 2015, Mayo reopens the mines, bringing us back to prosperity. Crazy how babies move as if they have places to be. I mean, you don't know. Addict's ravings.
Polly.
The doctor doesn't believe me. No one does, but I swear, if I just concentrate, I can see what other people see. The blacksmith staring at his son's shrine. The old woman pleading with her grandson to drive them out of town, but also something flying? Like way high up? I have never felt like this before. I've gone through withdrawal before, but this has never happened. Never. Just a couple more days. If I can get through just a couple more days of this, maybe this will all stop. Like, plastic. Have you ever watched Rugrats? Babies got places to be. And then they go on adventures. Maybe even have an adventure in Paris or in the forest when they get lost and separated.
God, I saw that movie so many years ago.
Didn't they? Yeah, and they made a third one that was a crossover with the Wild Thornberrys of all things.
Huh. I mean, that makes sense because Klasky Shupo is in charge of both of those shows, so that's not too out of the ordinary.
But like style-wise, I don't even feel. Well, I guess they were similar.
I was really repulsed by that style as a kid, and never really watched them just because I didn't like the way they looked.
Oh, they are gross styles, yeah.
I feel like it works better for stuff like Duckman. I feel like really that style works better for like adult cartoons.
Yeah.
But Duckman isn't ugly in like the big mouth sense. It's stylized, but it's stylized in an interesting way.
We don't talk about Big Mouth in this house. No, what we do talk about is Smiling Friends. It's like, oh! I didn't see it!
Gotcha. Why was it not the first movie you saw in theaters? What happened?
Don't run!
Sorry. It's
That got me so bad.
Gotta use that sight jacking.
True. Sight jacking is very important. It's because that head moved and I forgot, and like when I checked the baby, it was still right there. Oh. guy doing there?
I'm just laughing like at your VTuber face because it looks so nonplussed. And
Yeah,
scary.
I like my weird Muppet face. Who knows what your life might have been like if you'd seen the Rugrats instead. Alternate timelines splitting off. Jiro's plan. I must reach Mayo-sama's manor without being seen. I know I'm not supposed to be there after curfew. They're all still out and about. I'll have to plan my route carefully. For some reason, I feel safe in here for now. Perhaps it is because of the Ofuda. Ugh. Ew. Get away. This Ofuda makes me feel safe. Maybe this is a good place to hide and plan my next move. It's just like the safe houses in Labyrinthine. Remember that game I was playing twice? Labyrinth.
I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know if Slowbeef did like the head models, but if this was like his first like 3D modeling venture, those are like really good.
I thought I remember him posting his work in progress of that. You actually
human heads are really hard.
But I remember you like actually like commenting on his stuff. And
yeah,
I think it was like his actual first human head models. Like he was working on that for a while.
Yeah, I think he partially used not Mixamo, something else. Yeah, make human, but it works. Hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean it works.
I wasn't sure if he was still using that like in the final version, or if that was just like to get tested, which I would have understood either way. But yeah, they look really good.
I think they are very effective. Oh dear.
I think they're the fact that they're sort of so like kind of detailed and makes them look more uncanny and creepy.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have that kind of mind when you're single, like working on some project with like a couple people or yourself. Like if it works, it works, and sometimes something being mismatched can lend to what you're trying to achieve.
No more babies, come on. Imagine being a head, but then the hairstyle you get stuck with forever is a power donut. That's like sad and unfortunate. I'm sorry. But also I guess maybe not that sorry. Trying to figure out my landmarks. I don't like that. I don't like that music.
I need to get up and turn the AC off, but Polly's still on my lap, so I can't move.
Maybe these guys are hunting you because they're mad at their bad haircuts. I mean, not all of them are bad.
She's just super comfy and purring, and I don't want to move her.
Polly is like the prettiest little baby. We love Polly Pocket.
I can't wait for you to come in and see her again.
She's gonna be so pissed at me, you just know that.
She'll get over it. She was actually, I was watching Evil Army of Darkness yesterday with a friend. She came in and hung out with us on the couch for like a little while. I was really surprised.
Interesting.
Maybe she's getting more comfortable with people. Besides me.
I do like this track.
Yeah, I like this.
Okay, I've got a new area to hide in, so that's where that...
Yeah, she's not sleeping, but she's just settled and cozy, and I don't want to move her. And she's leaving hair everywhere. That's the one issue I've been having. She does not like getting brushed very much.
Oh, really? Because I was going to say, do you have a Furminator?
I have that, but it's kind of small. I have another brush I got that I got off Girl with the Dogs channel. I think it's like Equigroomer that like apparently it tugs the undercoat out and it does a pretty effective job. I just have to like wait until she's in the mood to get brushed for like 2 seconds, and then I do it, and then she gets annoyed, and then I'm like, all right, I'll get back to you when you're not as annoyed.
I'm doesn't like that. Of course,
She likes it sometimes. She likes it if there's like a. I mean, honestly, sometimes she'll stay still and I'll just pull out mats with my just bare hands.
Doctor's clinical follow-up, March 28, 2019. Thank you for coming to see me as soon as you weren't feeling well, Berudo-san. It is with some humility that I must admit I cannot find what is causing your skin condition, and ever since our phone troubles, I cannot get a proper referral. That said, I've ruled out
Scleroderma.
And whatever is causing your skin to tighten doesn't seem immediately distressing from a health concern. As we've said, you do look years younger. As soon as the train arrives, I think a consultation in the city hospital might be warranted. Try not to worry. I think it will all be okay. What might not be is the note stops suddenly and you check the other side, but there's no more writing.
Huh.
Okay, that's where that one guy was. Do you think they ever say hi to each other when they go by in like their language?
The heads?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all just like Morse code blinking.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess it's a little hard to talk when you don't have lungs.
They're making some kind of sounds. I don't know. You know what this environment reminds me of a little bit?
What?
LSD Dream Emulator.
Yes! I totally get that.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, maybe that's just like, wow, a rural Japanese village in another game. But like, that's just what comes to mind for me.
I mean, it's the colors, the sounds. Like, there's something just the genuine like dream like quality.
Yeah. All we need is those like footstep sounds that just like are like. The worst is like when you're in one of those colorful areas and all the footsteps are like squeaky toys. It's like weird. It's like shut up, shut up. I'll be right back. Like Polly finally got off my lap, so I'm gonna turn the AC off really quick.
Okay. Doctor's clinical follow-up. April 3rd, 2019. Thank you for coming to see me as soon as you weren't feeling well, Tamao-san. I must humbly apologize and say that I've been going through my textbooks to no avail. Whatever is causing your facial discomfort isn't something I'm totally familiar with. I know that's not what you want to hear from a doctor, and I know it's not what I'd like to tell a patient. But I don't see any cause for serious health concerns, and if the blasted phones come back, or with the next train, you might want to take a trip or make an appointment with a licensed dermatologist. Regrettably, the note stops suddenly, and you check the other side, but there's no more writing. When I say just do goo goo sounds, I'm just thinking like that one Key and Peele skit with baby Forrest Whitaker, goo goo gaga, just really intimidating goo goo gaga. I want milk. I want milk. I'm gonna take the smallest Lego and put it in my mouth. Oh! Yuck. Delivery notice. Going forward, whenever you make a delivery, put it behind the barricade around the corner of the yard and then ring the bell. I'm just trying to figure out where everyone is. Ah!
Ooh. Oh my god,
It's
that one
disgusting!
really wants to get in.
Oh, he wants me so bad. Get away! Ew, yuck. Yucky. Your brother! The heads... It's just like them. Oh. Doctor's clinical follow-up, April 9th, 2019. Thank you for coming to see me as soon as you weren't feeling well, Tokugawa-san. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I look forward to examining your body in detail again. Your skin condition, I shouldn't say this, is not unique, and many of the people in the village have talked to me about it. Some kind of epidemic. But everyone I've seen is in good health otherwise. Nothing to fear. It tightens the skin, makes you look young and beautiful. You know, it never, the note stops suddenly, and you check the other side, but there's no more writing.
What a creep.
You look beautiful!
I can't wait to examine your body again.
Oh, you're gonna look so young and hot. I won't lie, I have a big dumb smile playing this right now. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Oh. It's okay, there's Belle here. Did I read this one? Yeah, delivery. Because I'm just wondering, what... Because I'm guessing that will distract the head right there. But I'm just trying to see, like, what path do it take that I might need to distract it from, you know? Or no, there's a I know there's also a head right in there. Why do they all make such gross sounds? No, just... Yeah, you're a yuck head, but... Get away. Oh no, you can get in! Whoops. Last time you were stuck! Oh, dang it. Because the one time the guy got stuck in, like, the window, so I was like, well, surely he can't come in. But I don't have one of these, so... Alfuda to protect me. I'm gonna, like, go kick it. No. No. Go away. Shoo.
Oh. At least you can kind of outrun them, except for the baby so far.
The baby is so fast. Hey, F off.
Wow, it did.
I mean, it's like, as long as there's an Alfuda there, it's like, oh, can't go there, I guess.
I'm so sad. I was gonna order some bulk Halloween candy, mostly so I would have some left over to be able to eat all by myself. But it's all taken up, at least on Amazon, so
Dang.
Can't get any.
We still need to get Halloween candy, but at least, you know, like, oh, you can get stuff at Walmart or whatever.
Yeah, I would need to take the bus, and I'm lazy, so I don't feel like it.
What we're basically going to do for Halloween, and it's what we do like every year at this point, is we're just going to have a fire pit outside.
Oh, fun.
And we're just going to chat with people as they come by, and hand out candy. Kids love it when there's a fire pit, because it's getting chilly now. These heads be making yucky sounds. I'm also gonna be dressed up in my hoodie and everything. No. No.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Being able to do like a Halloween thing is like most of the reason that I want to be able to eventually afford a house.
Oh yeah, like I remember when you were telling, like, even the thing with because if I remember right, your apartment, it's like unless you live on that floor, you can't go there, right?
Yeah, you can't. You can only stick. That's like so dumb.
Like, I get the reason why you would want to do that, but it's like, yeah, that makes trick-or-treating in the apartment complex impossible.
Yeah, like no one's gonna trick or treat in the complex.
Could you please turn around and like go away? Oh, dang nabbit! Like, just... Get away! I was doing so good. Ew, gross. Go away. Yuck. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, I would definitely be one of those houses that had just like crazy decorations going on.
Ugh. I'm being impatient. I should stop that.
What is your new goal? Because you got to the gate, right? You got the axe and you got to the gate.
Yeah, like I just need to, like, I would say go get over there.
Oh, okay.
I think my parents are burning incense. I smell something really good right now. I don't like the mouth noises this one is making. Very unattractive, you know. Like, very, yuck, if you will. Okay, so I know there's gonna be the one over here. Again, I should not be impatient running through stuff. Goo goo gaga, indeed. Yeah, that's the one that's harassing me right now. Another one with another Ofuda building. Somewhere nearby.
By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, Kisaragi Station, which I'm pretty sure it's Kisaragi Station, is like...
Hold on.
Oh.
No, I'm like something was attacking me and I'm just like, hold on, let me read this.
Oh.
So, go ahead.
I was saying, it's like a Japanese kind of myth / creepypasta about a station where it's like you show up there and it's kind of like it's out of reality. It's like pretty much.
Yeah. Doctor's clinical follow-up, April 12th, 2019. Thanks for coming to see me. First of all, you are an elderly woman, Tekami-san. I think anything to reduce wrinkles would be a welcome change. Secondly, I don't like the implication that you felt my examination was, in your words, creepy. I'm happily married, and you could be my grandmother. These are ugly accusations, and I guess that is to be expected considering who they are coming from. Your daughter rejected Meo-sama, and she rejected the sacred ore.
Huh.
At any rate, administer my topical oil for the swelling and hope you don't get sick. The note stops suddenly, and you check the other side, but there's no more writing.
Oh, great.
Your disgusting ape sounds disgusting. Just, no. Like an angry little dog. Why are you coming from such, like, space? Are you Radon? You just... My head grew giant, but I still decided I would learn gravity magic to ride my tiny horse. That is still wonderful lore for a character. Love my horse so much, I'm gonna learn gravity magic for you, Leonard. Leonard. Okay, so this is the house that is bad. Okay, so that's the head that is right outside where I am. What is that patrol like? It's probably just gonna keep going around. But it's a pretty big route. That sound is disgusting. Okay, so this is the guy who does the route around where I am at. Okay. Sorry I'm talking to myself just doing this, but... I saw the head over there, I don't like it. Not a fan, thank you. It's yucky. Oh, F off! How far does it follow me? Does it follow me all the way back here? I've just lifted my arm up to, like, indicate the one that just ascended. Like, what is this? Get away! Yuck. So I'm guessing that's the one that just hangs out right there.
Yeah.
As long as I remember where the Ofuda is, you know? Oh, come on!
I have the worst sense of direction in the entire universe, so I would probably just be awful at this game once I start playing it.
See, now I'm sitting here like brute forcing my way. That's not good. That's not that's not what we do. Knock on the door. I hate rage quitting this game now. Idiot. Just stupid. Dumb. Bad. Yeah, I'll wait over here for this person. Here's the thing, if I have too much trouble in this area, I think I could switch over to story mode.
Yeah, that would be fair. It lets you switch mid-game then, I think, right?
You're able to switch.
Okay.
That's actually an option. So I feel like if I'm having too much trouble, maybe I will do that. But I would feel a little bad.
Don't feel bad.
Look, I'm really bad at Siren already.
Siren's like on another level.
Siren is the Dark Souls of Silent Hill. For like survival.
It basically is.
Made by the same guy. I won't lie, I'm dying at seeing so many people like so hyped for the Silent Hill 2 remake. I mean, good for you, I guess. I'm glad you're happy.
I know I'm gonna annoy my mutuals by continuing to complain about it, so I just simply will not complain about it. Like, if you wanna... My only worry is that people won't bother looking up the originals, and this will be like their first brush with the series.
Bye. 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 Woo. Oh, baby.
Oh God.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of like what context to use the bell, because there's a bell back there which I'm sure is supposed to distract the one of the things. The last time I did the bell, I was doing it too close to where the one guy should have been, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to monitor the patrol of whatever gets attracted to the bell. That's the thing about a game like this. A game like Siren. You don't rush a game like Siren. It's about monitoring where things go.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've got the Okuda thing. This one. Hold on, let me take a sip, so sorry if my model freaks out. My model has freaked out when I've drank from, like, a can.
Oh, really?
It, like, vogues. With like, no frames in between. It just flips out.
That's pretty funny. God, that crunchy, like, eye-opening and closing sound is really good.
It is, yeah. Wait, nothing came over for that. Is it gonna move from that spot, or is it transfixed?
I guess that's like the I saw you say. Yep. That's the I saw you sound.
I wasn't sure if it would, like, de-aggro. No! I got stuck on a corner.
Ah, they're fast.
They are, yeah. Do you think I should do story mode?
I would give it one more shot.
Okay, yeah. Because, okay, I got the gist for, like, getting the one to stay right there, but it's that one that comes out that gives me trouble, I feel.
Yeah.
Gulp. That one over there. I hate that one. Oh, Baldy loves that one. Oh, I'm so happy for you. At least I know that it seems to stay there. I have a really bad direction in this, though. I will say that.
I was gonna say, I really like the skybox too.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, I don't want to go around there. Okay. Who found me? Screw those other notes, I guess. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Okay, game saved. All right.
Yay, checkpoint.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Doctor's clinical follow-up. April 14th.
Stop going to this guy.
Thank you for seeing me, Noriko. Hey, this is a different person.
Okay.
I know our examination was short, and I've administered Analgesic for the headaches you get. Analgesic for the headaches you get looking through the eyes of the ascended. It is so wonderful, and maybe this is psychosomatic, but I think I'm seeing it too. The blood vessels in my eyes are strained, and it could cause a blood vessel to burst. A doctor needs his eyes, but it's so beautiful. The doctor needs his eyes, but it's so beautiful. A doctor needs his eyes, but it's so beautiful. The note continues on like this, including the backside.
Oh boy.
I'm actually gonna go check some of the others that I missed. Now that I've got a checkpoint.
Do it.
Thanks for seeing me. Methadone is not something we administer in a town like this. I don't think the apothecary even has it on hand, but in the meantime, I recommend Liberium to help you with opiate withdrawal. Could work. It does for liquor. I know your hallucinations are vivid, but that is common with withdrawal. I'm surprised health is any concern of yours whatsoever, given the life you've led.
Jesus, what the heck?
I've written you a prescription, but if you are serious about turning your life and work around, get to Mayo-sama and get a job digging up or working the ore. There is still hope for you, but not for long. Wow.
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 What a great town.
This town rocks. Yokai Report 52, Nuke Kubi. This week's yokai highlight is the Nuke Kubi. By day, these vengeful spirits look like anyone else and are able to blend into society and manipulate those around them. However, at dusk, they are able to sate their thirst for blood by detaching their heads and searching for prey. It is said that their blood-curdling scream can incapacitate with fear before they fly down and drain their prey's blood. Their origin is unknown, but speculation is that they were humans who were afflicted with a curse. There is no known cure, and because they have been known to pass down the curse, the only treatment is to end their suffering. Thanks again, readers. Next week for Yokai Report Volume 53, we will be covering the Raiju Beastmen with the power to control thunder. But I wanted something about a Tsuchinoko.
The Tsuchinoko's coming later.
Okay. You know, the game Deathverse, one of the things is that there are cryptids that you can kill, and they give you, like, materials and everything for upgrading your stuff.
Oh, cool.
And they just give you extra points. So there are skyfish, chupacabra, and jackalopes, but apparently, like, there is a Tsuchinoko, but it is extremely rare.
Oh.
I want to find a Tsuchinoko.
That makes sense.
I love Tsuchinoko.
They're pretty lovable.
There's a fat snake. I love... You see this?
Oh, yeah. Oh. He was kind of hidden by the building for a second.
Well, there's that. There's some looking into windows. Very excited about that.
Oh, I see.
There were many. I just had to stop, like, uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh, yeah. Maida Yumi's journal, May 10th, 2019. I wish I had the courage to ask Mayo-sama to have someone else do it. How pathetic am I that I can't even collect well water? Every time I go to fetch water, I hear strange noises from down below, almost like something breathing underwater. One time I saw a blinding blue light shining up from one of the vengeful spirits. I swear it is real, but the doctor insists it is in my head. In a way, I wish I could believe it was just me, but I know there's something happening down there. You have killed the funny chonk snake twice so far? Man. Wish that were me. They're adding Yetis to the game in Phase 3? Oh my goodness.
Huh, chat's not... Let me reload.
Am I gonna be able to get... What?
It's not a... Chat was not updating for me. I had to reload the page.
Huh. But what I was gonna say about Tsuchinoko, keep out. Do not enter the manor grounds under penalty of death. So Tsuchinoko reminds me of Junji Ito's Cat Diary. There's that one part where he's like he's working late and he's like delirious, and all of a sudden he sees Yon as like a Tsuchinoko running by him. And he's like, oh, Tsuchinoko! Oh, they added something beautiful last week to Deathverse, which is there are hunters that appear on the map over time. Like, kind of just randomly to have, like, an extra stage hazard. And, the door is locked, but there doesn't seem to be a keyhole. So there's, like, Hunter Q, who's just, like, this lady with a wolf mask, and she'll just, like, stalk and go after you. Like, she'll just kill you. You can't fight back. Hunter G just came out, and he's one with, like, a gun, and you basically play with, like, you play like a game of hot potato almost. Hunter M, he's like an alien, like a muscular alien, where he sends his head down, and it's like you have to shoot the head down so you can wear the mask, and you become Hunter M, and you scream Henshin as you transform.
Oh my god,
and
fun.
pose, and then your thing is, you have like a countdown before you like instantly die. If you don't do this, but you have a target on the map that you have to run after and kill.
Oh, jeez.
It's great. Engineer Kentaro's Diary, January 6, 2019. I want to trust in the new order, the new way, but this is absurd. The year we live in. If Mayo-sama desired a remote switch to open the door, there are electronics that do this, but to engineer all of it with counterweights and gears and then destroy the schematics... I did, but I can't let it all go. And not to mention, the controls for the fountains inside are located outside? What does it even need to be tied to the Shishi Odoshis at all? Why have them be inside? What possible reason for such a convoluted setup? And what does he intend to hide in this tower that's so important to lock up? Many questions. All left unanswered forever. So these guys are just chilling out here. Like, okay, cool, whatever. Yeah, oh, another coin. They got the strangely large coin with the number 4 on it. Why am I hearing this?
Sounds like a lawnmower.
Right?
Ooh, lever puzzle.
Obviously, the goal is just to press everything. Love to just press things. Here's the thing. I hated fighting, even just a tiny bit in Scorn, because I was like, I love just doing my puzzles. When I just get to do a puzzle, I get really excited in a game.
Yeah, I'm worried because people are saying like the fighting is like I don't mind just running past everything, but
I think that's
I
better.
I don't like having to deal with it while I'm trying to solve puzzles.
Yeah. Okay, it took me a while.
Let's get crazy with it. Be courteous, but fuck shit up.
Thank you so much for the raid, Yumikara. I hope you had a great stream.
Oh yeah.
Such a good raid thing.
Thank you for the follow, new drone. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Giving a big wave. No one can see that, but I'm giving a big wave.
Oh yeah!
Oh, thank you for the follow, Flower Trans. Welcome, welcome. We're playing Atama, which is a cool
Oh yeah!
Forbidden Siren inspired thing. Thank you for the follow, Squidman16. Oh, whoops. Okay, that's where I would go. Okay, there. Interesting. Okay, so that's to be the fountains in. Wait, water's running in that one. Okay. When I was like a little too close to the door, it wasn't letting me look at anyone. So now, okay. You and Crimson share the same brain cell. Oh no. Sending subliminal messages into your brain. Okay, so if I'm squinting right now, like, what? Okay. Okay, I get it now. Okay. I think this is the one. Yes. So if anyone has heard of the game Forbidden Siren, this is basically the same mechanics of Forbidden Siren mixed with Janjito's hanging balloons. So in my opinion, very cool mixture. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to flat out run past that guy.
Do it. I believe in you.
Because I don't think he's gonna move at all.
Forbidden Siren was the second game. I think they made Forbidden Siren after Silent Hill 2, right? Or was it after Silent Hill 3?
I believe it was after. I think it was.
Oh my god,
after
that's serious.
3. What?
I said that's serious.
Yeah. I want to say it was around, like, after 3. I want to say.
Ooh.
What?
Ah.
No!
Oh yeah!
Thank you for the follow. My massive horse stick.
Yeah, we're sight jacking, which basically means we're looking through the eyes of the enemies, those floating head things.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do this puzzle again. I accidentally went to the main menu because I panicked. Also, Nick, do you like my new reaction thing?
Yes, yes. What is that from?
It's from Serial Mom.
Huh. I don't even know what that is.
It's a movie by John Waters.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
It was very funny. we should actually watch that sometime. Okay, I've hydrated. Thank you for the hydrates. And thank you for the stretch routine. I shall do that now. Thank you. I'm wondering if I can go in there first. Yep. Okay, that was the door that opened. I should not have run to the other. A cow! Blacksmith Daiichi's report, October 6, 2018. This ore is terrible, if we're being frank. It's soft, I mean not the worst, but I can't imagine it being used in a machine or anything. It doesn't seem safe. It makes me dizzy and nauseous to work with. But funnily enough, it seems to calm Toshio when he is crying in his crib after I come in after working with it. Well, the gong is made, and Mayo paid handsomely for me to make it and destroy the cast I created and the schematics he gave me, so that is done. I need to lie down. Someone just wants to keep breaking stuff. Keep breaking schematics.
Doesn't bode well.
Or never changes. Uh-huh. Oh, look at those teeth. Ew. Hey Raiders, do you like this? Raiders, are you a fan? Oh my gosh. They are doing the crit off face. 100% the crit off face. Hey, look at that. No.
Fortunately 0.
How much for? Yeah, there's been no vor. I'm happy about that. So far, though, I have to say I'm really enjoying this. I think this is great. Very much made for people who have been itching for that Forbidden Siren content. People like me. Gardener Yamato's musings. I do miss being able to tend to the courtyard whenever I want, but I know Mayo-sama will let us out again once the betrayer fesses up, and personally I have my suspicions. Regardless, it is nice to always have Mayo-sama by me when I'm in the courtyard now. That said, he does often make me leave for a few minutes, and then I hear a strange noise, and then nothing until he comes back sometime later before allowing me to return to my work. I hope to someday earn his trust to the point where he will not need to hide this from me, but I understand that I am not worthy of it yet.
Sorry, I'm doing a lot of humming.
No, sorry.
Of acknowledgement.
Glad I'm enjoying. Yeah, this is I don't know, like I'm genuinely having a great time playing this. I know I'm a little slow on some puzzle stuff, but I don't know, it's ew. Yuck. Ew, gross. Are you gonna stay there, or are you going to? I'm wondering if there's like a patrol or not. But I don't know, I've been like itching for just more games along the lines of like a siren, and I feel like we just never get that now. Also, thank you for making something that
That was good.
Let's try that again.
You kind of walked into that one.
No, I wanted to see if I could close it in its face again, and that didn't work. Okay, so that's the one, is he's just hanging out right there. Okay. there's the kitchen one. Okay. But yeah, like, for one, this just stands out a lot, you know. Oh. Oh. Hello there. Hi. Just... Caw, yes, indeed. Let's talk to the other side. So yeah, we're gonna be stuck with those guys. Okay. Yep, don't have the key to open this door, so we are just going to heal this one and...
I have good news.
What?
Apparently, Illbleed was accepted into HGDQ 2023.
Oh!
I'm excited.
I need to play Hellblade and stream. No! I tried closing the door again. I was like, hold on, let me go use the restroom real quick. I'm hydrating a lot, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm on my way back. Hold on. Hold on, wait. Whoa. Alright. I'm back. Hello. Notice to Mayo-sama. My lord, I regret to inform you that I found Jiro, the carpenter from the slums, sneaking around the outside of the manor last night, long past curfew. He insisted he had to talk to you, and I tried to handle the situation amicably and return him to his work. However, I scolded him. As I scolded him, he saw something he shouldn't have. I knew you would not want to be bothered with something so trivial when we were at such an important time, so I took him below. Sayuchi. Ahem. Just close that. Oh no, not that. Okay, it would be lock from the other side. Okay. Just trying to take in everything. Okay, okay, okay. What are you looking at? Ugh. Oh, it would probably be right there. Okay, don't like. Okay, speed run. I forgot about the door right there. Okay, wait for this guy. I thought he would go back to his patrol real quick, like he'd get bored. Of course. Oh. Oh, it saves my item. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna close this. We don't need you anymore. Ah, I see. Fine. Goodbye. Farewell. I don't have the key to open this door. Where's quarter key? Yeah, it doesn't. This doesn't open from this side. So I'm just sitting here like, about.
Ah.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna harass that guy again. I think it's a good plan. Cause yeah, that won't budge. Sorry chat, I'm having a stupid moment, stupid dumb moment. Bad brain moment. So yeah, I can only see from these three guys. Unless I'm completely missing something in one of these rooms. I don't think so. Of course it's headless. I was trying to, you know, slap it on the butt, but you know, whatever. What do I know? Yeah, locked from the other side. Okay, there we go. Oh, boarded up, okay. Chef So's diary page. I've never been so angry, disgusted, and ashamed after everything Meo-sama has done for us. To think that one of us would betray his trust makes me want to throw up, and the fact that I don't even know who it was makes me distrust all the other servants. Years and years of service, and now I have to be grouped in with some sort of mongrel who would steal the key to Meo-sama's tower. That being said, I cannot deny that I feel a great deal in pride that he has chosen to still allow me to leave the servants' quarters and still cook for his guests. He even entrusted me with the servants' quarters key to come and go as I please. I hope he knows that I am not like the others. Are you there, Nick?
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought that Discord was being weird.
Oh, sorry. I was just really quickly typing something.
No, it's fine. Game saved. Okay, nice. Oh, well, mattress face. Okay. Having a little nappy nap. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I can tell. That one, like the white and red one, is kind of making a smelling a fart kind of face, like constantly, like, oh, I'm smelling something yucky and I don't like it. No. Just no. Oh, what the heck is up with these heads? Well, hi. That one went back the other time, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna go back. Or spin. There he goes. The strangely large coin with the number 5 on it. Just hanging out. Ew. Just closing every door behind me, like, ew.
It's like another version of like the Five Nights at Freddy's, like you know, where you have to like, you know,
Yeah.
close the doors, whatever.
Yeah. Thief's Journal, March 26th, 2019. If I had known that bastard would lock us all in here just because I stole this key, I would have just ran away. Of course, I wanted to steal from his tower before I break away and start anew. Who cares? Look at this manor. He has more wealth than everyone else I've ever met combined. They all act like us being locked here is normal. I can't explain the hold he has over everyone. Is it really just their greed? At this point, I genuinely think I might die here. He is giving us less and less food, and I can tell there is something strange in it. And he even said that we won't need food anymore soon, and yet everyone else just keeps smiling. Ah! I got greedy just looking. smart. I'm very smart. Note from the apostate. Months, years, and for this, the ascended, they are huge, they are imposing, but they aren't even animals, they are mindless. This is what Mayo wanted? Them? Look upon them, you fools. They are not gods, they are not enlightened, they are monsters. The ones in the mines are even worse. What
Oh no,
we
we're gonna
even
put
working
in the
towards
mines.
all this time?
There's gonna be a mine level.
Sewer level. It's just shaking my dang head. Yeah, I'll wait for this guy to turn around. Or I won't. Prison. Prison. Jail.
Oh god, that's the worst sound yet.
Contained. Quarantined. There we go.
Oh my god, that sound.
It's so bad. Am I interested in playing Faith? Yes, actually. I've watched plenty of people play Faith, but I have not gotten around to playing it myself. Oh, this guy's having fun. Woo! to be having a good time as a head. Honestly. Oh, I love you, Nosferatu-Zod. Hornless. No. Bad. Sound design in this is great. Okay. So not that one. Yeah, I feel like I scratched my finger or something. Ellie. The only thing I kind of wish for, because I do feel like it is pretty disorienting, but it kind of is that by design, you know?
Yeah.
Is I wish for, you know, like with sight jacking, how you at least have a little marker as to where you are.
Yeah, yeah. That would be pretty cool, actually.
Dang it! Yeah, you're flipping through their vision.
I should just mute Silent Hill 2 until the stupid remake comes out so I stop arguing with people.
Yeah, I feel that. It's gonna be so bad. No one wants to believe that.
It's like the responses I've seen are now veering into like toxic positivity levels of just, oh, it's just purist. It's like that is literally not the problem people are having.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like, there's one artist I follow that I like, and he was just his.
Oh, I know who it is. I know exactly who it is.
Yeah, his reaction was essentially just like, I don't know, it looks good. I'm like, that's not the issue people have. It's not the fact that
people aren't upset like, at what it looks like. I mean, I think James' model looks kind of weird, but that's like
I don't like his model.
That's not even like remotely the top priority issue I have with it, like at all.
No. I saw something where someone was like calling Bob Vids essentially like the twin perfect of Bloober Team.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Like,
and I was just like, are you kidding? He has genuine like things, and it was like this person's reading of the medium was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, it was pretty a joke.
But honestly, see, I feel like the Resident Evil remakes are so good that, like, I mean, I'm like excited for them. You're like,
Yeah,
Resident Evil 4, my goodness. I actually had to show my mom, like, look at how good this looks. The thing about Silent Hill 2 is, unlike Resident Evil, which has, like, a certain degree of realism to it, I almost feel like realism does kind of a disservice to Silent Hill. I don't know what it is about it. It's so dreamlike and uncomfortable.
It's just tones are just, like, different.
Yeah, you're right. Why'd they nerf Ashley's Dumbo ears? They were so cute. Did you see that tweet that was like, why'd you get rid of her, like, why'd you cover her 2 best assets? Or
yeah, I saw that one. That was funny.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna have, like, big titty mods out, like, on Nexus. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about her big Dumbo ears. And I didn't realize that until they pointed it out, and I was like, oh my goodness. That's true. They were so distinct for her. They were so cute. Mother of... Okay, there we go. You still see a lot of girls, like, female characters with big ears. It's very rare. Okay. There we go. Aha, aha. Dargans! Yeah, there's bars of gold just laying around while people live in the shanty town. This statue head is extremely heavy. I can barely move while carrying it. Mayo's journal. It is hard to believe that after all these years of sacrifice and completely dedicating myself to works, that the end is finally nearly here. Truth be told, when I started it, in spite of my outward confidence, inwardly I had my doubts. But every time I saw the admiration in the eyes of the townspeople, I was reassured that I would succeed. My only regret is knowing that despite everyone's hard work, I know not everyone will be able to join me, but I will never forget that they made all of this possible. Soon I will arise, and with me so too shall the worthy. The books are a mix of stories about yokai, business, how-to guides, and old medical journals. So I cannot move as fast.
Ah, right around the corner.
Yeah. At least I don't have to go all the way up, which is what I was afraid of. guy's having fun, which, I mean, good for him. Please don't notice me.
Okay, good. It just floated up. It's just fine.
Dang it. No, it's gonna.
Oh, come on. That was through the railing, even.
Going up was already a pain. This is a nightmare now. Because I can't actually, like, rush to the next thing now. I'm carrying this big, stupid head. Oh, I want to get off this wild ride. I'm getting dizzy. Blech. It's okay. This is the one that's gonna suck. Oh, come on.
Aw, damn.
Like, right at the last minute. Come on.
You were so close. You'll be able to get it next time.
Ugh. Okay, sorry I'm so quiet right now.
Yeah, you're concentrating.
Yeah, I need to focus. It's this next bit that's annoying, and I can't really tell if there's anything I can use to distract this guy. Oh. Okay. Whoa. Oh no, that would actually be a bad time. I have to like bounce between these two, basically. Okay. Okay. Whoa. They're coming back down soon. What about you down here? Okay, I need to memorize this path now. So he's just gonna go around to that one that's less. That's the squish noise is so bad.
I like this whole like sound effect thing.
Mm-hmm. Please don't see me. gosh. Whoa. This is so. I'm so tense right now.
Honestly, me too.
Ugh. Okay. Woo. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ah! Oh my goodness. There we go! Ugh. There we go. Oh my gosh.
You did it.
Yeah! Woo! I'm the best. It's stuck, but I imagine it's used to control the statue and the ladder. I'm the best around. The catacombs. Okay, no sightjacking yet. This is normal. The dungeon.
I'm getting like Resident Evil Village vibes.
It really,
Such
yeah,
a-
really. Mayo's research note 1. Even before the transformation takes hold, it would seem subjects tend to develop a fascination to certain noises, in particular chimes and any form of metallic clangs. They have a sense of childlike wonder and obsession over these sounds. For this reason, I had a gong created from the sacred metal to test their reaction to the metal's vibrations. It was a beautiful sight to behold, as the sounds of the gong brought about jubilant exultation. Unfortunately, the state of absolute bliss left them incapacitated, so I had to lock it away. So they just came themselves into a stupor. That's the story, right? Jiro's final note. I believed in you. When everyone else treated me like an outsider, you made it clear that I had a purpose here. You made me have pride in my meager living. I thought your wealth was a reward for your benevolence, but now I have seen you for what you really are, a monster, a lunatic, and a charlatan. Then again, perhaps you are so delusional you actually believe your own BS. You sold us all out for your own glorious future, but I won't be a part of it. At least this one final act I can take into my own hands.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't even bring out Bloodborne PC. We all know it. Nothing's happened yet. Maybe someday. I will keep waiting.
Oh, the sewer key! Perfect! Hidden note, Kaede. I have recovered the family heirloom and found a way to escape from this prison. Unfortunately, it would seem the heirloom is powerless in this place. The only way out for me is through the sewers. I will lock the door behind me so I am not pursued, but this key should allow you to follow. The worst is yet to come, but I know you will make it through this, for I have seen a wonderful future for you. Stay strong, Noriko. Why are these all making CRT sounds? Oh! Oh no! Look at the
Oh my god.
disturbing. I already didn't want kids.
Why does it have like a weird fish coming out of
Yeah,
it?
that's what I'm wondering.
Ah, nice.
Mayo's Atama's lamentations. It doesn't bother me when they scream and cry and wail. I would prefer that they wouldn't, but I understand it's a painful process. The one thing that truly breaks me is when they beg me to stop. The fact that despite all their posturings, when the time comes, they prove they are not really devoted. What depresses me isn't the fact that they don't believe in me. Is that they are giving up such a wonderful future for nothing. Sometimes I sit here and just think about these souls that are too weak to ascend and mourn. But with a little help from my record player and my little companion, I am able to cheer up and remember that so many others will join me. Is this your little companion? Oh, who was it in chat who had like worked on the game?
It was. To move the pop-up window out of the way. Hunter Nance.
If you are still there, please, we need to know. Is this Slow Beef's baby noises? It is important. I unlock it with the key. Oh my gosh. I'm done with labyrinths after the last couple of streams. Oh no. Uh-huh. Yeah-huh. Uh-huh. What was that noise? Ah, this is promising. I wouldn't say an ongoing theme in my streams of nightmare body horror babies. I wouldn't say that's a theme. That's like 2 games. Yo, what? Yo, what? Yo, what? Oh, are they like anglerfish? Yo, what?
Awesome. I love this. What a great idea.
Uh-huh.
I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom really quick.
Okay, warning about the light. Kaede, stay out of the light. Noriko. Oh. Do you turn around? What do you do? Ew, yeah. Golden Light doesn't really have babies. Oh, no, 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 no. I need to know the path for this one. I'm actually wondering how much more of this there is, only because I'm wondering, like, if I should split this up into 2 different streams. No. Alright. Hello.
I was just thinking, like, I really want a snack, and I remembered I just roasted all my pumpkin seeds.
Nice. I really don't know where to hide. At this point, you know?
Oh no! There's no, like landmarks or whatever? Or, like, you know, barriers?
Not quite. Yeah, like I was just saying, I'm wondering how much more of this there is, only because I'm like, I don't know if I don't want to be up too late, you know?
Yeah,
And it's like 11:25.
I don't think it's too long, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. Like, I'm not sure. What are you doing over there, sir? Dang it! Okay, this is the one bit I'm not sure about at all. I gotta say.
You can't, like, hide behind those, like, big rocks and, like, wait for them to sort of turn around and maybe, I don't know.
I'm having a hard time figuring that out. You know, let's just... Let me see how far... Oh, no, they can outrun. Because I was trying to hide behind some rock stuff, but it's like, I don't know their paths quite well, you know? And I feel like it's a little hard to... figure out when exactly they're gonna turn around, you know?
Yeah.
Yep. That's pretty fast.
There's gotta be some trick to it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, like, on top of it, this time I feel it's really hard to get the landmarks. Because... Ugh, let me wedge myself into a rock. I'm seeing a lot of this. This is a little hard to make out. Also, I don't know, I'm getting a little tired.
Yeah, maybe since you're stuck here, maybe now's a good stopping point.
Yeah, I stop right here, and, I mean, I've been playing this for almost 3 hours. I think, for now, I will definitely come back to this because I'm really enjoying it. So let's return it to the title screen, actually. Since I was already at a save point, anyway. Like... I like now we have context for what this is right here.
Yeah.
Man,
Alright, I'm gonna hop off as well. I'm probably gonna do a Hades run and then do some drawing before bid.
Alright. Well, thank you so much for joining me. It was really happy streaming with you again.
Yeah, thanks, Votum. We should do this, like, maybe, like, next week or something.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to.
Figure it out. Alright, have a good night, everyone. Have a good night, Anne.
Thank you. You have a good night too, Nick. So yeah, we'll definitely return to this. It's just I'm getting a little tired, and I'm like, at the moment, I'm kind of brute forcing this a little too much. Because I'm getting tired and I don't know how much more there is. So I'm like, I would rather stop it for now and return to it. Even if it's like there's not that much more left, I would much rather give my full attention, you know. So, in the meantime, let's see if there's anyone we can raid. I'm very happy for, like, the raid. Also, thank you, like, Hunter Nance for popping in. Sorry if it was really frustrating watching me, like, stumble through a lot of stuff, but I'm really enjoying the game. I think you all did a great job on this. So yeah, I'm gonna go see if there's anyone I can raid. I could read slow beef. I could just harass. Actually, let's. What is MC Bone doing? ASMR. That sounds horrific. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. I don't know what kind of an ASMR. Oh, goosebumps stuff? Okay, okay, okay. I will see you all on Monday, actually.